Bots plot, a simple, powerful way to understand data at a glance. Bots plot is a visual representation of how data is spread out. The bots plot displays data using a bots and whiskers, summarizing it through 5 key values: the minimum, first quartile, median, third quartile, and maximum. The bot shows where most of the data lies, while the line inside marks the median, the center point of the data set. The whiskers extend to show the range. Any value that is different from the rest is shown as a separate point outside the bots called as outliers. A wider bots means the data points are spread out widely, which means that there is greater variability in the data, whereas a narrow bots indicates a lesser variability. Let's learn it using some examples. Here, each bots represents one treatment. Now focus on one bots at a time. The line inside the bots is the median, the middle value of the data. The bottom and top of the bots show the 25th and the 75th percentiles, that is, quartile 1 and quartile 3. This means the bots contains the middle 50% of the data. You can see the extended line, the whiskers and the separate points, the outliers in the graph. Consider the data set 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 and 22. Here, the minimum value is 10 and the maximum is 22. The first quartile or Q1 is 12, the median is 16 and the third quartile Q3 is 20. In the bots plot, the bots extends from Q1 to Q3, that is 12 to 20. This example shows a fairly balanced distribution. Now, let's look at a data set with greater variability. Consider 5, 10, 15, 25, 40, 60 and 80. Here, Q1 is 10 and Q3 is 60, creating a wide bots. This indicates that the data points are spread out over a large range. A wider bot suggests higher variability, meaning the values are less consistent. In contrast, let's examine a data set with low variability. Take 45, 47, 48, 50, 51, 52 and 53. In this case, the bot spans only from 47 to 52, which is quite narrow. This tells us that most of the data points are clustered closely together. A narrow bots indicates low variability and greater consistency. Next, we explore the skewness, that is, when data is not evenly distributed. Consider 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 30 and 50. Here, the median is closer to the lower quartile and the upper whisker extends much farther than the lower one. This indicates a right skewed distribution where a few higher values stretch the data toward the upper end. Now, let's look at the outliers. Take the data set 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 18 and 100. Most values are clustered between 10 and 18, but 100 is far removed from the rest. In a bots plot, such a value is shown as a separate point beyond the whiskers. This is called an outlier, an unusually high or low value compared to the rest of the data set. Finally, consider a symmetric data set. For example, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 and 50. Here, the median lies at the center of the bots and the whiskers are roughly equal in length. This indicates a symmetric distribution where the data is evenly spread on both sides of the median. To summarize, the box shows where the middle 50% of the data lies. The line inside the box marks the median. The whiskers show the overall range of the data. A wide box indicates high variability while a narrow one indicates lower variability. Outliers appear as individual points beyond the whiskers, and the position of the median helps us to understand where the data is symmetric or skewed. When you complete your analysis with raisins, head on to the Basic Plot tab at the navigation bar. This generates publication-ready visualizations, and Bots Plot is one among them. All figures can be downloaded directly for reporting or publication after your customization.